So hello everybody, my name is Mike. Thanks for the nice introduction. I'm DevOps at Samourai Wallet and Ronin Dojo, a long-term Bitcoin user since, I guess, 2013. I'm also a Bitcoin privacy educator and privacy educator in general. So Samourai Wallet, it's a Bitcoin privacy focused project. We are focusing on-chain privacy because on-chain is the weak point from Bitcoin, because every transaction can be tracked and traced from the start till beginning. The blockchain never forgets anything, so it's very important to take care of Bitcoin privacy. And that is the point what Samourai Wallet does. It's a non-custodial wallet, so you always have full control of all your funds in any situation. It offers a trustless and non-custodial coin join implementation. It's called Whirlpool. We have also post-mix spending tools. That's some kind of fake coin joins. The wallet itself offering 24/7 coin join remixing. Remixing is for free. We're talking about later about this. The nice thing with the Samourai wallet is it offers an online wallet, but you can also use it for an offline situation, so like a cold storage solution. If you have an old Android device, you can install it without any internet access, and you can run a very nice cold storage solution with it. It offers also a very important privacy point, which is called coin control and labeling. Coin control is so you can check or you can mark every UTXO which you want to use for a transaction, or you can freeze the UTXO if you don't want to use it in any transaction. And labeling is very important. It's like a checkbook, or where you label any UTXO. So when you have an incoming UTXO from somewhere, you give them a label like KYC bought from BISC or KYC free, so sorry, and or sell bicycles or whatever. So it's very important to know from where you get UTXO or where you send UTXOs. And a very important point is also there are no third parties involved, and it's no KYC. And I would call the Samourai wallet its own ecosystem, because we have so many things running in the Samourai wallet, and we're also offering a very nice backend system which you should run. It's a Bitcoin node with very important parts on it, but we will come later to this point. Yeah, the advantage of a mobile wallet, as many of them know, is like for a Lightning wallet, we need Bitcoin for the streets, which means when you go around, you don't have to carry your notebook with you to make payments. You can do everything with your mobile wallet. This is very important. We see this already in north from Argentina and Uruguay. They're using Samourai wallet a lot there. And I think it's more secure than a desktop wallet, because if you have Graphene OS, which is a super high secure operating system for an Android device, every app is isolated, and this brings a huge privacy step for the Samourai wallet as well, and it reduces the attack vector. And I guess mobile in general is the future. So when we look around, we have so many people who are using iPads, mobile devices, etc., etc. There are many countries there where people live who can't afford a notebook, but they have Androids, like Africa or any other country. So mobile is, I think, the way to go. Yeah, coin control, we already talked about a little bit. You can select your UTXOs. These are some screenshots. So here you can select the UTXOs which you want to use for your payments. But also when you do a payment, you can mark the change output, which is toxic, some kind of toxic, as unspendable, which means it doesn't come into the next transaction till I say, okay, I unfreeze it and use it for the next transaction, for example. So coin control is very, very important. And
questions while you do the presentation, or you prefer in the end?
Sorry?
Questions now?
Questions
but at the end.
At the end, I would guess it's better. Yeah. So we can have a nice beer, or I don't drink, but So we already talked a little bit about decoy or fake coin join transactions. Those are called Stonewall or Stonewall X2. And this brings a lot of very, very easy privacy because the user doesn't have to do a lot. So decoy transactions and a coin join transaction, they introduces entropy into any transaction what you do, and there are many combinations are possible for the spectator of the blockchain. So already here some screenshots. So when you do a payment, you have here automatically switched on a Stonewall protection, but it has some rules. So a Stonewall protection is only possible if you have at least 4 free UTXOs, or you don't spend more than half of your Bitcoin, how is it called, credits or good. Yeah. These are the basic rules for it. So then it's possible to do a Stonewall, a normal Stonewall transaction. You can, if you don't have too many UTXOs and it is not possible to do a Stonewall transaction alone, you can choose a mixed partner. So a mixed partner is someone you know, and you can add him here on this system, and he builds the transaction together with you. So both of you build the transaction. But on this case, you have to share the mining fees. That's very important. So let your partners know that it will cost him some fees at least. But he also gains some privacy. So he can also use Stonewall X2 transaction for, how is it called? Consolidation. So I have the word now. So when you put a lot of very small UTXOs for the Stonewall X2 transaction, it's melting them together and you have a bigger UTXO output then. So yeah, they're very basic tools, and yeah, the user doesn't have to do anything because the switch is always on if it's possible. A stowaway transaction is super nice. A stowaway transaction is only possible between Samourai users or Samourai to Sparrow users, or Sparrow to Sparrow. So Sparrow is a little bit new in Sparrow, but it's very old in Samourai. So when we talk about a stowaway transaction, it basically means a pay join transaction. Pay joins is a super basic privacy concept. It looks like a standard Bitcoin transaction. It has 2 outputs. And it undermines the common ownership heuristic, so the spectator of the blockchain doesn't know who is the owner of the UTXO. It introduces entropy without a specific fingerprint, so it's very hard to say who is the owner, who is not. And the actual payment amount, and this is the beauty of it, is not viewable on the blockchain. So this is a very, very cool concept. So also I forgot to say a Stonewall transaction, Stonewall X2 is also a pay join. So
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You can recognize the inscription?
Sorry, inscription?
Yeah.
You mean ordinals?
Yeah, ordinals.
No, it's not possible. But it's possible with the Sparrow wallet.
Okay.
So the Sparrow wallet is a desktop wallet, and they're offering the option for ordinals or inscriptions, but not the Samourai wallet. Yeah, this wallet is only for hardcore payment users. So Paynum is a very, very nice concept. It's an official Bitcoin proposal. It's called BIP47. So it's nothing special. I would say the Paynum concept itself, it's pimped by Samourai because we use it for the, as I told you before here, for the Stonewall X2 transactions. And you have a very, very nice robot face, so it's unique for every user. And I have no screenshots here, but the important thing with the Paynum is you have a stealth address. So you can share this address with everyone. That's the very beauty of it. So if you're running a Bitcoin project or any project, you can share the payment address on the website, and everyone can send you donations, for example, but no one knows how many donations you get because he can't track the stealth address from Paynum. Behind Paynum, there is some, tell you a basic concept. It generates always a new Bitcoin address. So, but it's hidden behind the stealth address. So, it can be shared without to worry that someone know and can track your balance and transaction. That's the beauty of it. So also it's very cool for some reporters or journalists that are doing some crazy stuff, for example, or people in some places, and it's very important. And the pimped version of it is also, it can be used for authentications like the LN out, I guess it's for Lightning code, how is it called for? LN out, yes. It's the same concept, we already use it for our backend. So if you have a Ronin Dojo or a Dojo running, you can log in with your payment. That's very nice. So Ricochet is a very, very nice tool, because some exchanges are blocking your transaction if you do coin joins. So not much, I guess we count around 10 cases or 15 cases. 8 gave up and unblocked the amounts from the users. The other 2 are still doing it, but we have tools for it. So what they are doing, the most exchanges using chain analysis or some other analytic companies, and they are tracking the last 3 hops from a wallet to the exchange. So what we do with Ricochet is we're adding 5 hops. So we always a step before them. If they add 5 hops, we can add 10 hops. So we always can add. And we also do at Samourai, we have accounts on every exchange, and we try every month a transaction to them if they block coin joins or not. So from till today, there is no blocks from the Samourai wallet.
So as long as you use Ricochet, there is no problem to be blocked.
Yeah, there's no problem, because we add a distance between the origin, which is your wallet, and the destination, which is the exchange or some services which you want to use. But I have to say it costs some sats.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you have to pay basically a transaction.
You have to pay 100,000 sats, so it's not cheap, okay? But if you transact, let's say 2 Bitcoin to exchange, then you have to wait.
So if you're getting blocked anyways, if you don't use it, it's worth it. So.
Yeah, but you can do. I don't use it, to be honest with you, because I have no reason. Because when I see an exchange blocks my transaction, I don't use the exchange. But if you want to use it, I know that many people using it. Then we have the tool for it. So it costs some sats, and in the sats are included the mining fee as well. So then we have two different kind of a Ricochet transaction. The normal Ricochet transaction is we add just 5 hops, which means every hop is a wallet, and then it goes to the destination. The other one is the staggered Ricochet, which means we don't only add hops, we also add each hop is in a new block. So it takes time from the origin to the destination, but it brings more privacy. But you need more time for it because normally every block comes every 10 minutes, but sometimes it's different, so you need time. But if you don't want to pay the 100k sats, which can be a lot for sure, then you can do it by yourself. Just create 5 wallets and transfer it from wallet to wallet. It is possible. Yeah. So this is the beauty. So I take a sip here. I would call this is the heart from the Samourai wallet, and also from the Sparrow wallet now, because this is the coin joins, which means we have partner transactions. Simple to say. It's the only zero-link implementation with 100% entropy. What does it mean? A zero-link implementation means we cut the deterministic link. So if you do a Bitcoin transaction and do another Bitcoin transaction, the UTXO has a history. And what we do with Zero Pool is we cut the history. It's like melting gold. You put some gold in in a melting pot, and then there are small pieces and no one knows where it comes from. That is what we are doing. We have a fixed free structure, so it's not for free the service, but the remixes are free. So the fixed fee structure means you have to pay, I guess it's around 5% each pool size, but you can put in 1 UTXO up to 75 UTXO, so it's the same price for this. And the remixes are free, so how does this work? Very, very simple. We have in every mix, so when you come in the pool, there are 2 newbies and 3 remixers, so the newbies pays the remixers. It's a very simple concept, and so this is possible. As I already said at the beginning, it's non-custodial, so in any kind of, or in any situation you have full control of your funds. We don't, like any other, some CoinJoin implementations, we don't have address use. It's not possible by us because we are creating always, or it's really separated by duration pass. So it's not possible to have address uses, but we have toxic change. For the toxic change, we have a toxic change segregation. So what is toxic change? With Whirlpool, we have, as I already mentioned, we have pool sizes. So we have a very small pool. It's 0.001. It's the smallest pool. Then we have 0.01, 0.005, and we have 5 or 6 pool sizes. So when you have a lot of UTXOs, you have to choose a pool size for you, which is okay for you or which is not. And then there's some rest, because after the mixing, you have exactly 0.01 BTC UTXO, not more, not less. So when you have 0.011, the 0.001 is called toxic change. So you have to be careful with the toxic change. That's why we integrated the segregation, which means it automatically marked as unspendable, as we already saw in the presentation some folds before. And then you have to determine what you do with the toxic change. So what I do is I use it for Lightning Wallet, for example. So spend the whole UTXO for the Swiss wallet. I like the Swiss wallet. And you can do it, or you spend it or you donate it. So, or you collect toxic change and try to use a smaller pool. It's also possible. You can, but it's very important to not, this is a very important step. I go back some forward here. Coin control. When we have toxic change, it's very important to know the source from where we get the UTXOs. So it's not very privacy cool, let's say. If you have a BISC buy, then you have a relay buy and combine them together. The toxic change. That's not good. So that's why we have coin control and labeling. So we label them and only put the BISC buys, toxic change together and mix them, or only merge the relay buys together. But do not merge the BISC and relay together. I hope this is understandable. And this is the beauty of it, like I always Frederick said. So when we change a lot of privacy with a Whirlpool transaction, we also can destroy it very fast, because we can merge UTXOs, and this is not really the best case. So what I do is, and I think this is what the most privacy guys are doing. Go back here. When I do a transaction, I choose exactly which UTXO I want to use for the transaction. So I try to reduce the change amount which I get back, because this is a method from Chainalysis and Co. They are checking, or the change output is the weak point. So when the change output is bigger than your spend amount, it's absolutely clear which is the actual transaction, which is the change. So that's why I try to reduce this risk and choose exactly my UTXOs for my spendings and try to minimize the change output. That is what I do. When I have no other choice, then we have the tools Stonewall and Stonewall X2. This is a post-mix spending tool, because we gain a lot of privacy with them. because we are using our UTXOs in a way that's not really trackable and traceable. Yeah, that's the post-mix spanning tools. They are really important, and you should use it if you whirlpool, because otherwise it doesn't really make a lot of sense when you do whirlpool, because it costs you money and then you lose the privacy. It's not very good. So yeah, and an old project from Samourai, but now renewed, I would say, is called Sentinel. Sentinel is so Samourai is a hot wallet for spanning for everything. Sentinel is a renewed project from Samourai. It's a watch wallet only. A very cool watch wallet. So you can import any X, Y, and Z CPUBs in this watch wallet. It creates always a new Bitcoin addresses generated from your pubs. And you can create offline transaction, which is very cool. And you can broadcast an offline transaction. So, as I already mentioned at the beginning, you can use an old Android device with your Samourai wallet, which is completely offline. It's just a signing device then. You import the X blah blah pubs in your watch wallet. If you want to do a transaction, you generate a transaction in your watch wallet. Then you do a QR code scanning between the offline Samourai wallet and the Sentinel, which is the signing process for the offline transaction, and then you broadcast it with your Sentinel into the Bitcoin blockchain. It's like the same concept from, maybe someone knows the Foundation Passport device. They're using the same concept. It's like the concept from a little bit from Seed Signer as well. And yeah, it's really, really nice. And that's the beauty, because anyone in the world can use it. As I already mentioned, we have a lot of countries, they only have Android devices. They can't afford a hardware wallet because import taxes and etc. It's too much for them. And with Android device, they have a very, very secure cold storage solution. Yeah, it has a Tor integration as well, like the Samourai wallet. You can pair it with Dojo. We will come later to Dojo. And yeah, in combination with the Samourai wallet, it's a cold storage, a perfect solution. It's really, really nice. I use it and I only can recommend it. And yeah, what I forgot to say is, if you want to play around with the Samourai wallet, it's always recommended to do it in the Bitcoin testnet. We have a very nice Bitcoin testnet, and if you're not sure what you're doing, you get free Bitcoin testnet coins. I can write it down from where you can get it and play around. You can install a Samourai wallet in the testnet mode, also the Sentinel, and try everything out what you don't know. That's so otherwise you lose money and it's not worth it. So I would say we do now Q&A for Samourai wallet and Sentinel, and then I would start with the Ronin Dojo project and Dojo.
I have a question about Sentinel. If it's running on an Android device, that cheap ones like you mentioned, is it checking actively if the device is online? So the signing part, is it basically checking, am I online? If I'm online, I'm refusing to do anything?
No, you have two Android devices, right? And the Sentinel is on your normal daily driver, and the Samourai wallet doesn't check anything. Yeah.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
First one is if you can share something about your roadmap in your wallets.
Sorry?
About your roadmap of your...
The roadmap from Samourai wallet.
For example.
Yeah. Okay, I can share some things. Yeah, but it's so. There are some critics with the Samourai wallet, which we have them. The one is we have a centralized coordinator. So the coordinator is basically it's a server somewhere. So what we do with the Samourai wallet when we build CoinJoin transaction is the coordinator does blinded signatures. So it doesn't know from which wallet it comes. But if someone switches off the coordinator, we are not able to do whirlpool or coin join transactions anymore. That's not very cool. And in times like this, as we already know, we have to find a solution, and the solution is we are working on a decentralized coordinator, which means everyone who runs a Ronin Dojo or Dojo node will be able in the future to say, hey, I am a coordinator. So the problem now, we already fixed it. We have unspent liquidity in whirlpool. Maybe someone reads the tweets from our Samourai guys. We have around nearly 11k BTC unspent capacity. And this was the hard part, because if you do a decentralized, where's the liquidity? So our smart guys fixed this and we can do the decentralized coordinator very soon. The next thing is, I go back some, we talked about toxic change. This is also on our roadmap, because it's a weak point, to be honest. It's because you have to think what you're doing with the toxic change.
Yeah, why not mix again? Why not start accumulate?
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Shouldn't that be the...
Yeah. But the beauty is we have a concept which is called multi-party TX0, which means we do the transaction which goes into the pool, not alone. We use a mixed partner for it. So no one can say which UTXOs are involved in these transactions, and we don't have to think about the toxic change anymore. This is
also possible to make an atomic swap and change to Monero and then...
Yeah. You are too fast. But we also have a project, I'm not sure if I can say it here, but we have atomic swap, which is very new. Jesus Christ. So what I do is, I'm not a Monero guy, to be sure. But Monero has some beauty, or I use it for the toxic change. I swap it and swap it back. So that's and we have built a tool for it. It's an application, and it works very, very, very good. And we are also working on it. So when you do a swap, atomic swap, which is also non-custodial, there's no third party involved, no one. But we have a lot of liquidity providers in the backend. So everyone can be a liquidity provider if he has a lot of Monero for. I hope no one has Monero, but if, then. And what we do with the atomic swap is we are working, or not, I'm not working on it, but our developers working on it. If you swap toxic change from BTC to Monero, it automatically do a new whirlpool transaction, right? That's a swap spec, and you automatically throw it in the whirlpool.
That goes into Monero, goes out,
right.
And enters the whirlpool.
Right. That's what we
can live with that.
Yes. And also, it's very important, the Samourai wallet will never ever include Monero in the wallet. It will always be a Bitcoin only wallet. Yeah. So, because after we published the news about the atomic swap already, so we had so many people, you are a shitcoin wallet. No, we are not. It's just a use case for the swaps, swap back to Bitcoin. Nothing is harmed. Okay.
The second question is regarding these tools, the privacy tools, which is the future of that when we have silent payments. Do you think that we are going to lose on these tools? Maybe we don't need it. What is your opinion about the silent payments?
With the silent payments, I guess it's another cool privacy way, to be honest. Yeah. You can use silent payment as well. Yeah. It's like the silent payment, I would say it's like the Paynium, the BIP47. The BIP47, maybe. We can talk about the notification transaction. Okay? Because when you do let's go back here to Paynium. So we step a little bit back to Paynium. What we do with Paynium is we can do a connect. When we do a connect, we just do a friendship with another Paynium. And we use this friendship for our transaction, for the Stonewall X2, etc. But when we want to do a spend, we have to do a little bit more, and this generates a so-called notification transaction. You see these transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain, and what this does is it shares some kind of keys and generates some kind of XPub to generate the addresses for the payment transactions. So there are some critics that say, oh, with the notification address, everyone knows that how much Bitcoin you get and blah, blah, blah. That's wrong, absolutely wrong. You see that the notification address on the blockchain, but nothing more. So, and this, you can share this stealth address with everyone. And this is what the silent payment does. The problem with the silent payment is you need a full Bitcoin client. It's not possible with a white light client like the Samourai wallet. That's not the beauty of the silent payment, and it's not easy to implement that on a mobile phone. I think it's nearly impossible till today. Maybe it's possible. Maybe we have a smart brain who knows how to implement it, but at the moment it's not that possible. Yeah. But it's a nice concept, the silent payment.
So when somebody looks at the payment address in a Block Explorer, what do they see? Do they see a balance or
no?
No balance.
He sees nothing. No, he only sees if he. You have to do some tricks, but if he sees the you can the stealth address is some kind of derivation from the notification address. Okay, that was he see, but nothing more. He don't see any balance. He don't see how much you get via Paynim, etc.
Do they see that it exists in the Block Explorer?
Yeah, when let's say we do a Paynim transaction, I send you or I spend you or I donate you some sats because I like you. Only you and I can see the transaction ID. Yeah, because the other one has no chance because he only sees the sales address, and yeah.
You don't know if it was ever used.
Yeah, and I can tell you some trick on Whirlpool. With Whirlpool we use for Whirlpool, we have in the Samourai wallet two different wallets. We have a normal deposit wallet, which is the wallet when you open the Samourai wallet. The first wallet is the deposit wallet. After the mixing, we have the post-mix wallet. And this wallet is every coin joined UTXO, which is the privacy gate UTXO. So, as I already mentioned, listen carefully, we have 3 remixes, right? So when you know someone who has also a Whirlpool, he can send you his XPub from his Whirlpool, for example. Then you can, with the feature mix to XPub, someone knows it from the Sparrow wallet, and we also have it for the Samourai wallet. Then you can send him free, without to pay any mining fees, sats to his wallet. For the receiver, it's better to generate a temporary wallet, that's for sure. You can do it in the Sparrow wallet and then say just add the accounts. Then you also get the Whirlpool accounts and you can send him free sats and he mixes the sats to his wallet. That's a super simple concept. It needs time, but you can send free sats if you want. Yeah,
I was about to say, like I used it before Whirlpool and I had to wait for many days for another remix to happen.
Yeah.
It was in one of the bigger pools where not that much action was going on. So
the thing with Whirlpool is
for weeks.
You're absolutely right, but this is a feature because what we want to do or what we try to gain is to minimize the attack or the weak point for time analysis. Right, so when you have regularly mixing and get regular money, you drop out of the crowd, right? So it's more entropy when it's not that regular. Yeah? So the first mix is very fast. Maybe someone of you already mixing. which is very fast. The next one can be a little bit slow. It can be in hours, it can be in days, but it's worth it.
Is this dependent on the number of users?
Not really, not really. It's randomized, I would say. Yeah. But yeah, when we have more and more users, it can help. Yeah.
More people, more,
yeah.
the higher the chance.
Yeah. That's for sure. But I also, I can give you a tip, but be careful with it. What I did, I know I don't do it anymore, but you can do it. You have the Sparrow wallet, which basically does the same like the Samourai. They use the same infrastructure, etc., etc. You can import the Samourai wallet into Sparrow and have both wallets online, so the chances to get a remix sooner is higher. But be careful. We have to, there is a setting in the Sparrow wallet which is called, you have to set something to odd. You find it on the Dojo on the Sparrow wallet. Because when you don't set this setting to odd, then it's possible then you have an address reuse. Be careful with that. So I wouldn't recommend it to non-advanced users. So when you know what you're doing, then it's okay. But when you're very new, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Just take your time. And it's very important if you are a Bitcoin spender and not just a hodler, then it's very important to collect as many UTXOs as you need, then the time is no problem for you. Yeah.
That's a simple question.
Yeah, for sure.
At the very beginning of the presentation, there is a statement something like the mobile wallets are more secure than the network wallets. Can you explain more that, please?
Yeah,
Please?
It's I don't know if you know Graphene OS.
What?
Graphene OS, it's an operating system for Android devices, yeah. And this is a very, very cool operating system for Android devices because we call it the Googled device. So if there's no Google account, nothing of this bullshit on it. And this thing isolates any install app. So the apps can't talk to each other. And I think with this feature, we gain a lot of security and privacy as well.
Okay, I guess the story is the Android, for example, is not.
I think the normal Android also isolates the app. It's a basic feature now, yeah. But Graphene OS is a pimped version without Google shit and etc. Yeah. Yeah.
If you recompose all your post-mix transactions in just one address, are you undoing all these steps you're going to for privacy? Is it trackable once you?
So if you consolidate all of the UTXOs, that will undo the privacy thing.
Yes, that's it. What I have said. And now the main topic when you are on Twitter, etc., is consolidate, because the mining fees are so high. Be careful with the consolidation, because, as I already said, let's imagine you have bought some BTCs from BISC, some from Relay, I hope not, but maybe. Then it's very, very anti-privacy to merge them together, because Relay can track you, and that makes no sense to lose that privacy which we can gain with the cool tools.
Oh, but if you consolidate all, I suppose the post-mix transactions go to different addresses, or does it go to just one address?
No, let's go back. I can explain you that maybe I didn't explain it very well. So Stonewall, no, it's very good. We have the Stonewall transactions. So with a Stonewall transaction, it's what does it? It does take as many input as needed for the real spending amount, and we only have 4 outputs. So, and for those 4 outputs, we have 3 decoy outputs, and one of the 4th is the real spending amount. So it's really impossible to say for someone, this is the spending output. Yeah.
But I think your question was a little bit more, yes, they all go to different addresses. don't combine them afterwards.
Yeah.
That's the idea. And how the wallets sort that, I personally use Sparrow a little bit more. You make it visual, but through the coin control, you give each UTXO a name. Then later on, you basically say, you see, here I have a transaction from a restaurant going together with my business, a relay guy. It actually has names and it has arrows, and you see they're flowing all into the same thing, and then you're like, probably I shouldn't do that because then I'm combining all of them. And the wallets actually reward you.
So Mike the Destroyer has destroyed something, but let's go back. Maybe you can fix it. Sorry for that. So, good point. That's why we have labeling, right? So you take your time and really label any of your UTXOs, because it's very important to know the source of the incoming transaction and where you have spent your UTXO. Otherwise, you have no chance to say this one comes from BISC, this one comes from Relay, and you merge them. That's just a human doing. And labeling is very important for this. Yeah. It's like if you have a business and you have a book for write down every transaction. It's the same here. And for here we use it to gain more privacy and to know how we can consolidate our UTXOs, etc., etc. That's the very, very important.
Hi, Mike. All the Samourai tools you mentioned can be tested using Bitcoin testnet, right?
Yes. But I'm sorry.
Do you think this is a good way to learn about Samourai 1? Or
I didn't understand.
Do you think this is a good way to learn?
Yeah.
About Samourai?
Yes, but be careful. We have the Samourai wallet. You can download it from the Google Play Store. I hope you don't use it. And from F-Droid, and you can download the APK file directly from the Samourai wallet website. If you download it from the Google Play Store, you have no option for the testnet activation. Yes, so you have to download the. I think the F-Droid source offered it, and the APK file for sure. Yeah. So if you start a new, or if you start a fresh wallet, the first question is mainnet or testnet. There's a switch, and you say testnet, and then you. Yes. And if you don't have an Android device now, I hope you get one soon. But if you don't have one, there is a very, very nice emulator for Linux. For example, it's called Android Studio. So you can use it and install free, or you can emulate a Google Pixel, for example, and install the Samourai wallet for testnet and play around. So, or if you have an Android device which has installed the mainnet Samourai wallet, install the Android Studio on your PC and use the testnet there. Yeah.
There's any explanation for not having testnet on Android store?
I guess the Google guys don't like it. That's the reason. Yeah. Because Google is very, very strict when it comes to money, and they say if you use testnet, then you can. Some users think this is real money and blah blah blah. Yeah. Avoid Google. It's better for you, really. You sleep better without Google. Okay.
Other question. Is there a kind of chain analysis simulator? How do we know what they know?
We have we have uxt.me. It's a tool from the genius called Laurent MT. Some guys know it from Twitter. He's really the brain behind it, and you can track, or you can use this tool to learn a lot about your transactions and to check other transactions as well. So it's very nice when you see a hack from Binance. You can track where the BTC.
How is it called?
OrangedMike.
He's the man for you. It's very nice. It costs you nothing. You don't have to create accounts. You use it. But so I'm a Samourai guy, but still use Tor. You have your onion address. Yeah, And some tip for you when you're using the Samourai wallet testnet or the Sparrow wallet, whatever you want to use. For the Sparrow wallet, you have to, I guess the point is tools and restart Sparrow in testnet. Yes. Then you have the testnet Sparrow. And be careful when you then start. The Sparrow wallet automatically starts in the mainnet. So when you want to try to recover, your wallet is empty. So we have to restart in testnet.
One tip is that you can use dark theme.
Yes,
for example,
that's a good, exactly what you can do. Yeah. Yeah. And this is a tip from me, and I do it a lot. I live in the blockchain. If you play around with those tools, use uxt.me and check it, how they look like, and you really learn a lot. That's a really cool concept, and try to be in the blockchain as much as you can. Check other transactions, check your transaction. That's the best way to learn it.
Mike, can you tell us a little more about Samourai atomic swaps?
Atomic swaps?
Yes.
So Samourai has a long history for Bitcoin privacy. Samourai wallet is around till 2015. I'm a user till 2016, so nearly one of the first users. And with 2019, we implemented Whirlpool, the coin chain concept. So then we have the toxic change, and what the most users did till now is the swap to Monero and back. The problem is with the swaps, they're using third parties, custodial solutions, etc. And that's not very, very cool, because they always can lose their funds. There's some kind of shotgun KYC situations, etc., etc. And Samourai thought we have to find a solution for them, because they're using it, but they need a better solution. So we had Pox. Pox is a guy who develops a very, very nice Monero wallet. I don't use it, but it's a really nice, and he's the brain behind the Atomic Swap tool. Okay, it's a desktop application, very easy to use, and there's a Telegram group called Samourai Atomic Swap or something like this. It's in the public beta now, and you can use it for, yeah. But you always have to take time for it, because the swap's not that fast, yeah, and cost you money, mining fee, etc., etc. Yeah. Yeah, there was also Wandering King is also a guy who wanted to do a presentation today about the atomic swaps, but he wasn't able to make it. So what we thought from Samourai is we can do some kind of online presentation. If someone is interested, maybe we can organize something for it, or we will come on another date here and do the presentation.
We are trying that he comes another day, because today he was sick.
Yeah.
So have the possibility to come, but we will try.
Yeah, I guess a live presentation is much better. Yes. Yeah. Online, yeah.
One more session just for atomic swaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate online presentations, so it's always better to be personal and do the stuff.
Yeah, as Mike say, today is in a very beta stage.
Yeah, it's fully functionally. There are not really many problems. We are only improving some descriptions and UI, etc., but it works. And you don't lose any funds. It's not possible. Yeah. So, and it would be good if you join the beta group, and if you find some stuff, call them.
What's the reason why you would want to market as unspent the toxic UTXO?
For a normal transaction, it can be useful if you do a transaction and you don't want that the change output will use to create another transaction. Because the change output is toxic, right? That's the weak point from our transactions, because this is the point where we can get tracked, and that's why we...
It's like a small dust transaction.
Yeah.
It stops you from clicking on it, and that's
Yeah. So what I do is I have a Postmix wallet, And in the Postmix wallet, when I do a transaction, I don't use the point normally because you already gained the privacy. So it's, but yeah, if you're very paranoid, then use it. So you have the option. That's good. Yeah. What I forget to mention is the Samourai wallet. If you, I don't have a screenshot, but if you install a Samourai wallet, the first option is to choose testnet or mainnet. On the next page, you get the question to activate Tor or not. It's not enabled automatically. You have to enable it. Do it. Yeah, that's. The reason is, I can say it's because the Samourai wallet is used in territories where Tor is not possible. So, yeah, that's why the switch is off, and people know what Tor is, and the privacy guys knows what Tor is, so they automatically switch it on. And yeah.
I have some experience with Samourai that when you restart the application,
yeah,
the unspendable UTXO, you missed this classification. Is a bug or is something?
Yeah, sometimes.
Because you have to be careful, because if you want to make any transaction, you have to remember that maybe you lose your.
I'm not sure if it's bug, to be honest. Sometimes when you close the wallet wrong, I mean close the wallet wrong is when you use this button and then swipe it and it's closed, then it's the wrong way. You have the point, have a picture here? No. So normally there is your nice payment face over here, and when you click on it, you have the point exit wallet. This is the better way. Yeah, don't swipe it.
Well, I have a question that probably Ricardo will like. It's about the mixing tools. What do you think about the AML regulation that they are trying to ban coins coming from mixing tools? Do you think there is a trouble for Samourai wallet to develop in the future? Or do you think that we can find a tool to solve the problems about the regulation about banning the mixing tools?
That's a very good question. So first we have to think about what is a coin join and what is a mixing service. So a mixing service is always custodial. So you're sending your bitcoins to a server and it does its job and it's custodial, right? What we do with coin join is we have, our server never has your bitcoin, so it's non-custodial, and you just do you're sharing informations, nothing more. And you can't compare a coin join with a mixing service. These are two different things, right? When we are not able to do coin join transactions, we are also not able to use Lightning, for example. Then they break everything. Yeah.
From the point of view of regulation, a question that we like.
Yeah, it depends on the
regulation. And coin joins are incompatible with MiCA regulation, and there's nothing we can do about it. So it means that your Bitcoin, you won't be able to use it when MiCA is established. At least in Europe, not everywhere. Because
I know. Yeah.
Right? But I mean, people should know that. So
that's for sure. Yeah.
If they have trouble in the future, I mean,
so we have
to exchange or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter, because they are going to just to track everything that goes out.
Yeah, but when they have no
point short, even if it goes ricochet, all gets garbage.
No. With ricochet, they have no chance. That's the beauty, because the only possible right now with the automatic systems is to go back 3 wallets. If you have 5.
Yeah, but it's trivial to go back 20 wallets, 20 addresses.
No, because their servers are not that able.
They are going to mark everything, that every Satoshi that mixes with everything is going to be.
But I agree with you.
People should know that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So for small amounts, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a big amount, I think it's crazy just to do a conjoin of a big amount, because you are going to sit on this for years.
But the thing with Tornado Cash, this was the start with the whole situation, is Tornado Cash is another whole system. This was the system. You send money to somewhere, and they are take custodial for the situation till the coins are mixed, coming back hopefully. And Samourai is just a coin join. It's a two-party or more-party transaction. So it depends on how the regulator sees the situation. Right?
The MiCA regulation says that they need to know the origin, all the source of the money, and up to the origin.
Yeah, I guess they say
it's going to be being applied for bank money.
Yeah.
And of course we want to apply it also for crypto. So it will automatically ban Monero.
Yeah, that's what they will do everything. Yeah. But it depends really on I guess they have really to do the comparison between what is a mixing service and what is a two-party or more-party transaction. They have to understand this situation. But yeah, it can.
The regulations also well care. I don't know if they don't care or they really care, because they want to ban Bitcoin. So at the end, they are only going to allow Bitcoin that
It can be.
But they want to do. But it's like for gold, For gold, it's a little bit the same situation, but for gold, it's much harder because you can melt.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of gold that is melted from globally.
I wrote a tweet today. I retweeted it, and I think Europe will be will grow to the biggest black market in the whole world. What they are doing right now, because when they ban Bitcoin transaction, we will build our own economy.
Sure. I mean, it's a marginal economy.
And maybe, absolutely right. I also see the way that we have tainted coins and untainted coins. It's possible they can do it with the Bitcoin miners. Already do some. They're using filters. Marathon Mining tried it. Wasn't that long, but they tried it, and we can have this implemented right away. But then we have the situation with the tainted coins, and I guess then there will grow a huge black market. Yeah. Because when we think back to Monero, what they do is they're banning Monero, and Monero is growing and growing. The usage is growing. So the people don't care with Monero. They build. You can buy now nearly everything with Monero. So and we will do the same with Bitcoin, without any problems. I take your Bitcoin. If they're tainted, I have no problem with it, and I can spend it.
The question: you want to buy a house, for example?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Tell me how you.
Yeah. Okay. When
you are having an okay from the financial.
When you think about, or when you
pessimistic of the future of Europe, Europe will not be able to buy houses.
When you buy a house, what you have to prove is that the money, it doesn't matter, gold, euros, dollar, are coming, so they come from a fair fund. It doesn't matter about fixing. You have to prove the authorities that you earn enough money with
the source,
way to spend.
That they won't allow you to exchange it in a regulated exchange without having the origin of the Bitcoin. Yeah, right. I mean, so this is what I'm telling you.
So the thing is, when you still have the fiat mindset, and you're thinking about it's absolutely okay. You invest in Bitcoin and want to go back in fiat in a few years because you want to buy a house. No. I just say
just to organize yourself in a way that they cannot give you an excuse to not accept your Bitcoin.
I think
this is the most intelligent.
Yeah.
You can have something completely anonymous to join or whatever, that you are not going to go to ask for exchange, and you can have whatever you need for other purposes. It's different kind of.
I agree. I fully agree with you.
And well, I mean, if it's a foundry that is legalized, it's okay. Yeah. But there's a lot of gold that also is illegal. I mean.
But I have a lot of friends of mine. They are only invested in Bitcoin because they want to gain more fiat, because they want to buy a house in 10 years. So it's okay for them. And then I sent them to Coinbase or somewhere because it's why not? It's super easy for them.
You can keep private without
Yeah.
And you have strategies that do not market.
So I'm the guy, I use these tools because I want to be a part of the Bitcoin circulation economy, okay? So that's why I take your tainted coins without any issues. I spend my...
physical gold economy,
Yeah, I think it will grow. Everything grows when someone say you don't use it or blah, blah. It was the same with alcohol in the US. And now they have the paper bags around the bottles. Yeah, it's right. Yeah. But I'm also an Austrian economic guy, and I think, or my personal opinion is that you will not make it very long. I think it will break at some point, because it's not possible now. They try to stop everything, and we will reach a point where the people stand up and say, now stop. And then...
I mean, the advantage is sometimes you need that material, that one. For example, they need gold. So there are ways of have a gold that is traced. If there are not big amounts, you will be able to change it without problem.
Yeah.
And for Bitcoin probably it will be the same, but for moderate amounts.
But I don't think they will. When they ban Bitcoin, they are very stupid. More stupid than we think they are, but they are.
They won't buy it.
That because
they will say that every Satoshi should have a KYC.
Yeah, exactly. They want exactly to know what you are doing with your financial transactions, with every transaction. Not only Bitcoin, it's also fiat world, everything. They want to know everything, which trousers are you wearing, etc. And yeah, those are our ways. We can try it, and
it's very useful for depending on the purpose.
Yeah. And we will see what they are doing. Yeah.
Just the last question, changing this.
I know that because you have more slides in the presentation.
I have the slides for the Ronin Dojo and the Samourai backend. Yeah. So
it's because we need to advance.
We can talk about
in the video. We can talk.
I'm available till tomorrow 12, around 12 too. And if you pay some sats more, I'm longer here. So, okay, let's talk about the backend from Samourai Wallet. And yeah, I forgot to mention the Samourai Wallet is free open source, which means if you're not happy with the wallet, fork it and rebuild it yourself. And the same concept we have for Ronin Dojo and Dojo. Everything is fully open source. So if you're not able to read code, ask someone. I think he knows some code lines, and he will explain you what the code does. So why it's important to run a node? So to run a node, it's very important because don't trust your wallet information with anyone else, which means if you don't run your own node, I know you know the saying, if you don't run your own node, you use the node from another one, which leaks your IP address normally, if you don't be careful, and which also leaks your transactional informations. And we don't want that. Always broadcast your own transactions. That's the use case from your node. And your node is some kind of your rule set from the whole network. We use, with your node, we have the possibility to have private transaction queries with your own explorer. So maybe some guys of you know the Umbrella or other node implementations. They have mempool space implemented or just a basic blockchain explorer. And that's very useful. And with the Dojo and Ronin Dojo, it's possible to have the 24/7 coin join remixing. So normally when we install the Samourai wallet, we have to be always online with the Android device. Otherwise, the thing is shuts down, and then you can be banned with your UTXO because you are not a very not trustable, let's say not very trustable mixing partner, because you are just shutting down, and that's not good for the coin joins. And with Ronin Dojo or Dojo, it's possible to pair your Samourai wallet with the backend, and then you can run smoothly 24/7 mixes, and you don't have to leave your wallet open, the Samourai wallet and the Android device. So Ronin Dojo is a fork of the Samourai Dojo. the Samourai Dojo was, or is still the original backend from the Samourai wallet. It's a very nice and useful tool. It was used for Linux servers, and what the Ronin Dojo team did was to fork it and to build a nice way for users to install it on their Raspberry Pi. Yeah, and that always automatically install scripts, which was very hard. And this is the beauty now of Ronin Dojo. It has a very, very nice interface, and you can do anything. You even have the point to push offline transactions here to broadcast them, and you can rescan your XPubs, etc., etc. It's super nice and handy. Yeah, and everything is for software. We have Whirlpool, Toa, Samourai wallet, Whirlpool. This one is not anymore because we had some troubles with BISC. We can talk about later. The user is able to log in via SSH, so command line, or now he's able to use the very nice web interface. You can hook up your Sparrow wallet. It has the Electrum wallet. You can hook up your Electrum wallet, and we have mempool space there as well on Ronin Dojo. Everything is no venture capital funded, so that's very important. Samourai also, the start was venture capital. Everything is paid off, so they are completely free, and there are no interest from some venture for investors, which is very important for a privacy project. And yeah, this is the start from Ronin Dojo. We started with the Raspberry Pi. Now we're using the Rock Pro 64 boards. It's, I would say, a better single board computer than the Raspberry Pi because we have these adapters and we can put a NVMe SSD directly in a PCIe interface, which brings much more performance than a USB cable. And this was the start with the active cooling, and then this is the original Pine 64 alu case, which is not so nice, but it's okay. This was the start. Now, and these are all original parts from Pine 64, except this because this is a Western Digital SSD. Now, our way was to do it better. Ronin Dojo can do it better, and we started to sell the boards with passive cooling, with active cooling, and offers the users to some very nice cases which you can print on your 3D printer. So it's cheap. It's normally when you buy a Rock Pro 64, which is around, I guess, 150 on Amazon, and you know the Raspberry Pi was much higher a long time, and not the prices now, but this is the better way to install it, and there are very nice cases from users. And this one, there is a very nice 3D printer in Austria. He's called Gobr.me. He prints very nice cases, also for seat signer, for everything. When you need some 3D print, I always direct the people to him. And this is what he designed, and this is from Crazy K, is his name. It's also very nice. So that's the cheapest version, and now we have this beauty. Maybe someone of you knows it already. This is we have Din in our team. His is nicknamed Din. He comes from the industrial mechanics, and he always asked himself, why the fuck does a Bitcoin node need an active cooling system? Because in the industrial, the machines have no fans and nothing, and they run 24/7 the whole year and more years. And then he designed this thing, which is an alu case, passive cooling, and very nice design with USB plug. So if you have a cold card, you can plug it here for power or something. And it has a red LED here. And inside we have the Rock 64 board, etc., etc. And those are custom-made Ronin Dojo adapters. This is the adapter for the LED, for the red, in the frontal red LED. This is a special adapter for the NVMe because the original Pine 64 adapters, they are not that good. We had a lot of failures with them, and now we made our own. And to fit everything in this case, we have this, it's some kind of bridge. So because it's very, very small, the Tanto. And yeah, that's also the beauties of our hardware guy, DIN. And this is how it looked like. The LED indication, yeah, here it's blue. So this is the status when you're Ronin Dojo. When the Tanto is offline, it's blue. So you always know. We had the problem that we started to, when the user plugged it in, the whole thing was red. So we never know, is the node running? When it's in a funny status, it was impossible to check the system, etc. Now we know exactly if the user say, I have a blue LED here, then we know, okay, the node is offline, but it gets at least power. Then when it's on, the blue goes red, then we need, okay, the thing has power, it's red now, and hopefully 10 minutes later, it's fully ready when the LED strap is full here. That's the status. And this takes normally around 10-15 minutes. And the thing was, we want to make the things, or the privacy things for the normies as much easy as it can be. So the user, the thing for user is he buy the node, plug it in, it does everything by itself. So it installs the not installs, it downloads the blockchain, etc., and then when everything is ready, it just logs in into the nice web interface, pairing his Samourai wallet with his own node. Done. That's the way what we want to do. Yeah. Questions? So I tell you the price. Sorry, the Tanto is not the cheapest node, to be honest. It costs around $500, $600. I guess $600. I'm not sure now. But when you buy every part by yourself, you are coming around $400 when you use good parts. If you are a happy user with Ronin Dojo, I would say buy a Tanto and you also support the Ronin Dojo team, because they did the job 2 years without getting any money. They have no other way to earn some money except the donations. So that's the way. But it's always be free. You can always install it by yourself. I know some Spanish guys already installed it on a Linux server. I think it's Abacoin or something. I don't know his name, but he's a goddamn genius. And the plan from us is also to support it officially. It's on our roadmap till end of this year. Yeah. At the moment, you can install it in a Linux server, but it's not officially supported. So, but when you install it, I wouldn't recommend to install Lightning, etc., because it brings some other maybe weak points in your system. If you want to use Lightning, use the Swiss wallet. It's a fully Lightning wallet on your phone. Then swap with bolts, etc. Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, sometimes when you pair your wallet with the Ronin Dojo node, after a few days, it disconnects.
Really?
Yeah, just because sometimes. I mean, I checked like maybe, I don't know, like every 25 days or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a failure on my network or something, but is there any chance that make a different version in the future that can automatically reconnect with your wallet to keep remixing?
I'm being honest with you, I never heard of this case. I don't experience this problem.
I don't know, 6 times in a year.
Yeah.
But then you think that it's remixing, and then you check up after a week, it's like, oh no, it's been disconnected. And
okay.
Oh fuck. So let's do it again. So I thought that maybe in a future release could be.
I will do a mental note and take it to the team. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think a good idea to share this is that a lot of people, I understand that a lot of people don't have technical skills in order to implement or use the code. But I think any people can to open an issue in the GitHub and make a suggestion, make a
problem
Yeah.
open and say, I have this problem with this information.
Yeah.
All the developers have the possibility
Yes.
to review and maybe tweak your problem for more people.
So if you want to open an issue, please send me a message, because we don't use GitHub, we use our own self-hosted repository, and I have to activate your account.
Usually go to the Telegram group. Actually, you can install on a Raspberry 4 the second version of Ronin Dojo.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
So how do you collect issues usually? What's the best channel to report something like this?
You can register the account on our self-hosted GitLab, or you can come into our Telegram group and say, hello, I have a problem with my... If you buy a Tanto, you have premium support. So you open a ticket, and this is another way.
This is a piece of hardware that is a plug and play mode, right? This is a piece of hardware that consists in a plug and play feature mode.
Exactly, yes.
But there are no ways to monitor, or it's
What do I want to monitor? Oh yeah, for sure. Do you see everything in the web interface? Yeah, and this is accessible via Tor. Yeah, you have access to this web interface. You have access via Tor browser or via localhost. Yeah. So if I did an upgrade today from here via Tor because we have a new version of the UI.
And my last question for now.
Yeah.
You can SSH from your local network.
Yes.
Is there any way to do it outside your
Yes. Yeah, you will find a very nice article in our wiki. You can do it via Tor network.
I tested. It didn't work for me.
Really?
Yeah.
We do it. Write me a message and we.
Yeah, I remember the article on the wiki.
Normally,
why in one of the steps didn't update it properly or something.
Yeah.
And it was like the Tor service wasn't working if I activated that thing on the wiki.
Sometimes it can be because when you're running a VPN, I don't know your situation, but when you're running a VPN service like Mulvat or IVPN, which you should run, then you have to deactivate this and run Orbot. It's a Tor service, and then you can, because it's not possible to run 2 VPN connections on an Android device.
I think the step that they got me was you need to edit a file, and when I was adding the Tor service, once I save it, the Tor service on the Raspberry wasn't working. Maybe it was something that I did wrong.
Now I will write me a message. I already set some points from the Ronin Dojo roadmap. One point is to bring the whole thing on the Linux server and a normal Linux system. And the other thing is what happens when your node breaks down, or what's then? Then you have no backend for your wallet, right? So now we want to offer the users the possibility in the near future to add another Dojo from a trusted friend. So we can hook it up to your own node, and let's say you are a good friend of mine and I can pair it with your node as well. So when my node goes down, the Samourai wallet uses your node automatically, and you can add as more Dojos as you want. But there's also some critics which we get from a lot of strange people, I would say, because if you don't use Ronin Dojo or a Dojo, you are, and this is how it is, you are doxing your XPub, or you're trusting your XPub to our servers. A lot of people have problems with this. Yeah, then they have to use a node. It is how it is. And with the new situation, or what we want to bring to Ronin Dojo is also when I hook my Samourai wallet up to my node and to your node, then I have to trust my XPub to you.
Yeah. And that's the thing with privacy, that it doesn't work friendly with convenience.
Yeah. You always have some kind of trade-offs. It's how it is. Yeah. But
wait, but if I'm mixing using Sparrow, for example, I have it running, I'm not uploading any XPub that's generating the addresses locally.
When you're running Sparrow Wallet doesn't need to expose your XPub to somewhere because it's a fully desktop client. Yeah. We have the problem with the lightweight wallet on a phone. Yeah. There is no other way. It's all the smarties, the critics. I always ask them, then do it. but they have no idea because there is no way. And yeah, so we always have some kind of trade-offs. We have to live with it, and I would say I'm done, and we can talk about later everything.
More questions?
Questions? More? Sure.
There's one here.
Yeah.
So what data does Samourai stores in the servers when you use the XCAP on the Sentinel wallet? What type of data?
From the Sentinel wallet?
Yes.
When you hook up, or when you don't have an own Dojo or Ronin Dojo, and you hook up the Sentinel, or you start the Sentinel wallet without to connect it with your node, Samourai has your XPub. It's the same like the wallet. The Sentinel is a let's go back in the history. The Sentinel was originally the original Samourai wallet. Then we started to build the Samourai wallets fresh and removed the sending options in Sentinel. And so it was the way how Sentinel grows, and this is now. So it has the same issue with the XPub or not. So, but you always should run your own node.
So if you use your Sentinel wallet with Tor, the Samourai servers have your XPub, but they don't know who you are.
Exactly. That's why you should always run Tor. Yeah. And we have, I already said, we have a lot of territories and countries in the world where people are living without the possibility to run a node. We are in the Western countries, we have no problems. We buy hardware, we can plug it in everywhere. The electricity costs are not that expensive. Sometimes yes, because the state wants more money from us, but we have at least a chance to run your own node. We have countries where it's not possible, but the users need privacy as well. That's why we offer them the infrastructure from us. Yeah.
Okay. More questions? All right.
There's one.
Regarding Red Bull, I know you can use multiple UTXOs to mix into a pool. Is it okay to use multiple UTXOs to mix into a bigger pool, privacy-wise?
Yeah, if you're paranoid, I also do it, but I'm not that paranoid. We already talked about the labeling and where the UTXO come from. So the best way is when you have a lot of BISC buys, always use the BISC buys and throw them into Whirlpool, and don't merge the relay buys with BISC and throw them in the Whirlpool. So the thing is, always try to minimize the risk to merge UTXOs from different sources. Yeah.
Okay, if you don't have any question more, we have this, and we can continue to talk with one beyond.